The economic side of things is causing immense suffering in Russia already. It's causing to ordinary citizens, not to the government. It's potentially causing a lot of suffering to Europe. It's causing suffering in Africa, where food supplies are beginning to dry up. And the military response is not exactly achieving anything. I'd just like to get your sense of what is the military agenda here? Because starting to supply heavy weaponry into Ukraine is not going to actually help Ukraine win the war very quickly. It's actually most likely to prolong the war, which means more suffering all round. So is there not a better way?
Yeah, well, first of all, again, I think I would disagree with that assertion. I think the Ukrainians have been incredibly brave and pushing back Russia. You've seen Russia retreating from certain parts of Ukraine right now. And but for the weapons that were provided to Ukraine, the continued support of that, you wouldn't have seen this pushback. And right now, I think there's less concern about what's impacting Russia's economy. More important right now is to get Russia to end its violence, to leave Ukraine, and to play a constructive role internationally. As President Zelensky said, Russia is a perpetrator of human rights violations. They were kicked out of the Human Rights Council today by over 90 countries from around the world. So it's not just Europe, the United States that's concerned about Russia's actions. It's the international community.
What are the material implications of Russia being kicked out of the Human Rights Council? What does that achieve?
One, it's going to ensure that within the multilateral system that Russia is further isolated. And it gives us the opportunity to examine the atrocities, investigate the atrocities that are taking place right now. The more that Russia is isolated from the international system, the less damage they can do. And we saw that this week, too, where Europe expelled dozens of Russian diplomats from their countries, spies that they kicked out of the country. You're seeing it with Finland and Sweden moving closer to joining NATO. Hopefully it could be by this summer at the NATO summit. So you're seeing steps taken globally. Where you saw today, it wasn't just NATO and the EU and the United States. You also Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and South Korea were also present at the NATO summit. This is sending a strong signal that Russia's actions are not acceptable.
So as more arms support has been given to Ukraine, is the window of diplomatic engagement with Russia now closed?
I don't think anybody has closed a diplomatic engagement, but at this point, there's little trust in Russia to conclude a deal that would ensure the security and safety of Ukrainians right now. So there has been negotiations and discussions that have gone nowhere. And I think we're very pessimistic at this moment, given the onslaught that we've seen, the atrocities that we've seen, and no desire, in the Kremlin to step back from their actions that they've taken, not only in Ukraine, but they've been taking over the last dozen years in countries surrounding Russia.